we got a cutscene. Yes.
Thank you very much. It's just up there overlooking the street. Good day. Thanks again. This is it. The residence of Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
February 12:53 p.m. Sholmes suit. So this is where the great detective makes his living. Feels surreal to be in here somehow. It's described in the stories. Mrs. Sato. Sasato-san? Many famous cases have been solved in here in this very room. Oh, I suppose they must have been, yes. Never read the story, so it's hard to get quite excited about this. He seems to be. Detective chases the villains relentlessly as he disappears into the fog down an unlit London street. Oh, the thrill of it. The romantic. Can't you feel your heart thumping in your chest? Oh, I suppose I can, yes. So if you don't mind, I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. Please, don't mind me. She's obsessed. Well, looks like our detective friend isn't home at present. Excuse me, is anyone home? Oh, do we have visitor? Yep, this girl. Hello. It's a big news case for Mr. Sholmes. Is it a big news case for Mr. Sholmes? Hello. Wait. Aren't you... Oh, how rude of me. I'll go and make some tea at once. Wait. Come back here, girl. Mrs. Sato, did you see our girl who was just here? Oh, yes. Isn't it truly extraordinary? To think that the King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask Mr. Sholmes to take on his case. The King of Bohemia? King Wilhelm Kostrit Sigmund von Unstrit. What? Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Forget the adventures of Sherlock Holmes for a moment, and look over there. Tea is brewed, and I have a freshly baked cake as well. Wow, it's you! No, Sato-san recognizes her too. Ah, there you are! And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to this trial run with my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Oh, goodness day to you. I'm the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The girl who turned up at the end of Mr. McGilden's trial in the defendant's chamber. I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before. Poor you, having to get us straight to work when you only just arrived in London. Oh, yes, it was challenging. Well, try this tea. It's my special blend, you know. Oh, thank you. Is tea supposed to look this color? Oh my, what a fragrant, yet mellow flavor. Hooray, it's a winner! I tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you see. You must be exhausted after a long voyage here, and you have another trick as prior tomorrow. Oh, you're here to defend Japanese man. I do wish you lots and lots of luck. How does she know so much about us? Probably her Sholmes, but like how does she know that it's us specifically? Did Mr. Sholmes tell you about us by chance? Oh, you know Hurley? Do you? Hurley. Mr. Sholmes, to you, Shirley. Mr. Sholmes was a fellow passenger on the boat that brought us to Great Britain, you see. Was he really? Well, I had no idea. I'm afraid Hurley's out on an errand today, even though he just returned from overseas. Wait a minute. We met this girl for the first time yesterday after his trial, and only briefly at that. How on earth does she know so much about us? Did she deduce all those things, do you think? And perhaps more to the point. Why is she here in Mr. Sholmes' suite? Oh, silly me. I haven't introduced myself, have I? It's a great pleasure to meet you both. My name is Iris Wilson. I live here together with Hurley. Don't tell me she's related to Dr. Wilson. Please don't. Please don't make that connection. Please. Please, please. Iris, is it? What a lovely name. What? What's the matter? No, wait, this can't be. Did you say that your name is Wilson? What's the matter with this Odyssey? Why is she so flustered all of a sudden? Yes, that's right. What are your names? I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer for Japan. Oh, sorry. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. It's wonderful to meet you. Lovely. Susie and Bruno. Got it. Susie? And Bruno? There's more to that girl than meets the eye. There's so many questions for her. Don't know where to start. Yes, and so do I. It was you that I ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey? Yes, that's right. You were ever so helpful. Thank you so much. Oh no, not at all. I'm sorry we couldn't have been more welcoming. Though at the time, we did have a rather large gun pointed at us. Like this? Thinking back now. You left us with Lestrade in tow, didn't you? Oh yes, that awkward witness, Gina Lestrade. Oh, giddy. Yeah, she's a professional pickpocket. So we found out. It's very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that. Are you referring to that disturbing gun-like contraption? Exactly. So I followed her to get it back. Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism in my inventions. And did anybody's mind go immediately to Phineas and Ferb with that with Doofenshmirtz? He always puts that stupid self-destruct button on his invention. I don't know why I put it there. This girl's dangerous. Anyway, I brought Guinea back here after that. And she could apologize to my trusty technician. Sorry? Your technician? Hurley, of course, silly. Hurley? Yes, Hurlock Sholmes. We live together here. I had no idea the great detective had such an interesting young daughter. Daughter? Not likely. What? I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, would I? Well then, what was your relationship to Mr. Sholmes? Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive. So the solution is to share costs with a partner, a roommate. Your roommates? Hope you don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you? 10 at last this year. Well, what of your mother and father? Oh no, they're not around. Oh, I see. Wonder what the story is. Oh yes, there's something I must ask you. Of course. Go ahead, Susie. I'm a very great fan of the Adventures of Sholmes, and... Oh, you have a copy of that Brainsett magazine? Yes, I read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on the ship. Oh, this is so exciting. My stories are being read on the other side of the world. My stories? That's right. Hurley is always solving such amazing cases, you see, and he tells me about them. They're really quite fascinating. It'd be such a shame if I was the only one who ever heard of them. So she's the one that gets them posted in there. Ah. Last night, he was telling me all about a new case he had just solved on a steamship, traveling from a faraway land. So I was just in the middle of typing up the manuscript for the next issue before you came. So, you are the author? Yes. I'll let you in on a secret if you like. I'm going to call this last adventure The Speckled Band. Of course, I always change one or two details in the stories here and there. This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble. Oh, that was Mr. Sholmes' first thought as well, actually. Yes, and of course I know that snake might not be the credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but... It's a story. Some poetic license is justified to make it more thrilling, I think, don't you? So do you mean to say, are the stories about Mr. Sholmes that are published in Brainsett magazine all written by me? Yes. One of my wonderful and very modern type. But what are the stories I've ever read? Are written by a doctor of medicine, Dr. John H. Twist. No. No. It really is dying to him. So I was getting more and more work done. Ah, yes, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson. But what about the Doctor of Medicine part? That's all true too. I'm a doctor of medicine. No, not at 10 years old. And 10 years old? Well, it's quite incredible. But, Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman. Ah, yes. And it alters the setting slightly, for the stories to be more compelling. Oh. Well, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow. I suppose it does. Yes. Where's the Sato-san? She looks like her whole world has just fallen apart. About before. Yes. Say your mind, Runa. Tell me. How did you know that I was a lawyer if we just arrived in London? Yes. have a difficult problem. How do you know of them? Oh, that's what you mean. Please, tell us how you did it. Explain every detail. Of course, I'd be delighted. Although there's really no mystery. Now, let's begin. Iris Wilson is proud to present her logic and reasoning spectacular. Oh no. First of all, I already knew that you were a lawyer. After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber. You also said that we only just arrived in London. How did you know that? I observed a passport and travel ticket protruded from your breast pocket. Ah, yeah, I still have my plane ticket in my pocket. Didn't take it out or anything. We arrived only yesterday. I still have it with me now. So it's really confident that you must have only just arrived in the country. And on top of that, you accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court. You walked right. I walked right into that one, didn't I? Then I noticed a red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. You were given that when you visited the local prison. It was a suspect, weren't you, earlier today? Ah. They used to say to keep a close eye on comings and goings. I didn't realize. And a red stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates. Well, yes, of course he looks like Phoenix. He's Phoenix's ancestor. So that told me, even though you had only yesterday concluded the trial of Magnus McGill. The two of you had already had cause to visit a foreign inmate at a local prison. However, neither of you was wearing a particularly sad expression on your face, so I concluded that the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or relative. That led me to believe that you must have accepted a new case. I see. But how could you have known the trial is tomorrow? Well, having barely been home a few hours yesterday, Early solved yet another case. It was obviously assumed him. He told me he caught a Japanese man that was bawling and trembling. Japanese man? Well, clearly that must have been Mr. Natsume. Now, Bruno has that fancy Japanese sword. And I think your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Susie? Well, anyway, it was clear to me that you both came from Japan yourselves. So I put two and two together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Early caught. There's only one conclusion from those facts could lead me to. Both of you came here to ask Hurley about the case. She's better than him. She's way better at this than Hurley. Hurley is always stabbing his notes with a knife, you know? He is silly. And that's all there was to it, really. Thank you for listening. I'm Iris Wilson, and that was one of my great deductions. She's way better than him. Well, was I a winner? Were my deductions correct? They were spot on. That was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction. You even managed the certain something of Mr. Sholmes' delivery. Oh well, I was just copying early style for that. This is really very good news. Could you tell us about the case involved in the Japanese man? You will, won't you? Iris, please. So yesterday, Mr. Sholmes apprehended a Japanese man, you said? Yes. Early had just arrived back in London after his seafood. When the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene. Ah, the great detective is such a popular man, it seems. Apparently, a woman was stabbed on a quiet street somewhere in town. Their witnesses had seen a short, shifty-looking stooped man running away from the scene. Short, shifty-looking stooped man. It's Mr. Natsume. Mr. Natsume, not any doubt. So Seki-san said that he didn't see anyone. Seki-san said that he didn't see anybody else. Oh wait, yeah, he is Saseki. I was gonna say, wait a minute. It's like, isn't her name Saseki? Saseki. My brain broke for a moment. Let's see. Seems there was a witness in that draw. Early used great detective powers to determine the man's address. It was a lodging room, very nearby. He went directly there with some police, and what did they find? A short, shifty-looking man shivered in fear. Mr. Sholmes' great deduction certainly hit the mark that time. Of course it did. He's a great detective. Still, that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. Surely tomorrow is too soon for the trial, isn't it? Definitely. We have no time to investigate properly. Hurley says that London is rife with crime. Oh. Scotland Yard is doing its best, but it can't stay on top of it, apparently. Oh dear, I hadn't realized the situation was so dire. Why, I can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and trying criminals in court. Staff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person. That's terrible. I suppose it's the harsh reality of working in the world's justice system. I suppose it is, but in that case, I don't hold out much hope for Soseki-san. Thank you for answering so many of our questions, Iris. This has been very informative. Oh, you're most welcome. I had so much fun. Do you happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is at the moment? As you guessed, I'd like to ask him some questions about the case as well. Ah, well, I expect Hurley is still investigating at the scene. It's a case involving Mr. Natsume, right? Yes, Mr. Natsume. Hurley must be going to the man's lodging. If you leave now, you'll probably catch him. Iris, do you know where the lodgings are? Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they? Do you happen to come across a detective named Gregson when you were there? Yep, Inspector Gregson. Ah, good. In that case, give Gregsy this from me, would you? If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know. What's this? A 5-shilling piece in a postcard, it seems. It reads, tells the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that it won't be a problem. gosh! This will make the inspector help us, will it? Well, thank you, thank you, Iris. We'll give it a try. Good luck, then. I'm going to return to writing my manuscript, Speckled Band. I'm making speckled blends of tea, so coming back again soon. We'd be delighted. Thank you so much, Iris. Well, Mr. Naruto is back to the scene of the crime. So somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the manuscript article. Headed back to the scene with Iris' curious note and one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand. Okay, that's a weird spot to end that part. Alright. Okay. February, 2:38 p.m. Briar Road. Looks as though the police are still here carrying on with their investigation. Perfect. So let's find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible. Yes. Let's see if he'll take a break from his hips to look at this silver tip Iris gave us for him. Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment? I'm sorry to say I don't. I'm very busy man. Much too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gag muffs, that's all. We have these for you. Present, Miss Iris Wilson. What? For me? For her ladyship? Her ladyship? Give that here, at once. Come on, hand it over. That's for me! Don't wait for me to give it to you. What was that coin? It's a silver crown, but it's a lot more than that. It's, well, it's an appearance fee. That's what it is. An appearance fee? Oh, you mean... That's right. For the adventure of Sholmes. Her ladyship is always up for the financial reward for featuring me every time. Oh, yes. Yes, of course. I know all about your exploits, Inspector. I read them vividly. Of course. Her using my name without me say so does make me butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes. But still. Sorry, Inspector. It must be difficult for you. You never mind, never you mind. There. So, what do you want to know? Sorry. Says a gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that he won't be a problem with this. Obviously, it's not a problem. Go on, fire away. What do you want to know? Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector. I'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsume's lodgings. Ah. The little knife little mustached Japanese fellow. He lives in a right old hovel. It's just over there, look. Oh, literally right there. The first floor of that house on the corner. On the first floor of that house on the corner where that wrecked bicycle popped up. That is nearby indeed. If I remember rightly, landlord is a Mr. John Garrett. Right. See her again. Make sure you give her ladyship my regards, okay? Mina, you tell her that Gregson sends his very best wishes. Don't worry, Inspector. We will. Bye for now. And long live her ladyship. Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left. Yes, so let's go see if we can find what we can find in Mr. Natsume's lodgings. the residence of Mr. John Garibid? Indeed, it would, sir. And who may I be? And who may I say I'm calling? My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo is representing Mr. Soseki Natsume. I believe he takes the lodgings here. Oh. We would very much like to ask him some questions about our client. One moment, please. I shall convey the message of Mr. Garrett. Do you see that, Mrs. Sato? There's a real-life English mate? I know. As I understand it, anyone standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, this day keeps getting better. Certainly feels like we've arrived now, doesn't it? We need only to meet a butler, and the experience will be complete. Well, I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but I understand the sentiment. Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garrett will see you now. This way. Good day to you, John Garrett, at your service. Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. He is a defense lord. Do excuse me not getting up. Took a shot a few years back in the Battle of Miyawan, don't you know? On the medal for my pains, and I had to withdraw from service. Handed over the reins to up-and-comings. So he's a retired soldier. It's a hell of a job getting up and down the stairs now, I can't tell you. Don't get out much, as you can imagine. Yes, it's quite a climb up here to the second floor, isn't it? I was painting at the top of the stairs. You know, I must take more exercise, Mr. Do you think so? Well, Mr. Garrett, no doubt you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal. Oh, it was nothing. The medal is for those really. Would it like to offend the general? So, I am gradually displayed it on the wall. Why don't you fetch it down, John? Let these good people see it properly. John, fetch it. Ah! That's it, old woman. Be careful. Oh, dearie me. I beg your pardon, sir. You jolly and took my skin off my hand. I should be more careful, sir. So anyway, you have it. Leaving the quiet life now. Yes, I see. Now then, I hear you want to know something about the chap lodging downstairs, is that right? Yes. We'd be very grateful if you could answer some questions for us. Only two, please, naturally. Especially if it helps to keep the peace here in Brady. Forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently. I'm sure you're aware. So this case is very much in the public eye as it were. Oh, is it? Even had some famous detective poking around in this old house. Would you believe it? Interlock. Could have been. Didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea. All that detective business. Oh, but you have a copy of Rancid magazine. You do have a copy of Rancid magazine here. No. Anyway, chap's investigating the foreigner's room as we speak. Soseki-san's room. Bally nuisance is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching their curtains. Don't like it all the fuss. It's very unsettling. I'm so tired all of a sudden. About Mr. Natsume then. Mr. Garrett, please do tell us. Ah yes, the Japanese chap. Only been liking him here for a week. Oh? Just 1 week? So you moved him very recently then. 2 lodgers most of the time. One on the ground floor. No, on the ground floor. And one just below us. First room became available. Ah! Dash it all, John! Do be careful! Oh my goodness, I'm terribly sorry, sir. She is so careless, she just... But keep pouring. Ah! Oh! I'm so sorry, I didn't realize I was still pouring. If you want to know my opinion, I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him. Oh? Why? He seemed to have most nervous disposition, always shaking, looking over his shoulder. The man had shady written across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. I said to myself, John, if that man is trouble, sooner or later, he's going to do something untoward. I'm rarely wrong about anything. I'll be calling this maid as a witness, that's for sure. Was there anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man? Yes, indeed there was. And she's dying to tell us. Have you noticed anything else about the lodger, Mr. Natsume? Oh my word, yes. The man was shadier than an orchid. Could you elaborate? Well, take the man's room. Absolutely stuffed full of books it is. More than anyone could ever read. Never so much as passed the time of day with another living soul. I haven't even seen a single visitor call. Just trots off to that old bookshop every single day. He comes back at 5 to light the gasifier. And a funny little man is up to the past. Is up one past time everyone else in the house has gone to bed. Gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed at around 9 each night. But I've never known that Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning. Could you clarify something, I wonder? What pray? How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's retreat? Oh! I understood that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house. Is that correct? That's right. But they both below us on the first floor in the street level. Then, how is it that you know so much about the lives of the lodgers? The precise times they come back in the evening, for example. Even the times they go to bed. Okay, she needs to stop. They're hiding something. They'll add up here. Seems the incident took place at around 5 in the evening. Have a look out the window around that. The window. Yes, you notice the window over there looks out over Briar Road. See, it's a place on pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby? 5 o'clock is dinner time in Garib House. So I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joan? No, sir. It would have been dusk already outside at that hour. With the fog as well, I should think it would have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road. Oh, I see. No one said anything else out of the ordinary then? Such as? Anything at all, even if it seems unrelated. Well, yes. Was there something then? Does that figure around this? For the love of God, Joan, watch what you're doing! What have I done? I'm awfully sorry, sir. Be a more careful, woman. Of course, if I may. Narrow hollows. Yes? I have an exceedingly good memory, and as far as I remember, nothing of any significance took place here at that hour. Nothing at all. Oh? Really? Mr. Garrett? The way you were talking before, it sounded like there might have been. Let's see. This doesn't trifling matter. Joan, that's all. What's the matter with you, woman? Beg your pardon, sir? Nothing happened. Yes, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down to a quiet, uneventful meal. Joan? That's right, Mr. Garrett. Looks like something happened here in this room on the evening is Wish I knew. Could you tell us which floor Mr. Natsumi's room is on? He already told us it's first floor. Just below us on the first floor. Mr. Sholmes is investigating there even as we speak. Yes. He told me that's his name. Asked him to look into this matter. So I can... That's a lie. Mr. Natsumi had engaged Mr. Sholmes' services. That's a blatant lie. Would it be alright if we had a look around in Mr. Natsumi's room? I don't see why not. It's just down one flight of stairs. Notice if we'll find anything that can help us in this case. We have to try. Because lay out on our hands, shall we? Like, yeah, we have no real evidence of this case. Yes, while we're there, we can speak with Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps he'll be able to tell us more. What? Just look at this place. Smell it. So musty. So it's the mountain of old books that are responsible for that. I don't think I've ever seen so many books in my life. No, me either. It's so dark in here too. Is The window over there? Well, it was a window, I think, yes, once upon a time. But for some reason, it's been closed up with bricks and mortar. So this is where Mr. Natsume lives? By the way, I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere, have you? No, that's true. But according to what Mr. Graham told us, this great detective should be around here somewhere investigating. It's gotta be here somewhere, right? All those books stacked up there. Almost reach the ceiling. All works of English literature. They all smell so musty. This volume of books to hand, you'd never be short of reading material, would you? No. What a dreamy idea. Bad dream, maybe. For me, at least. Mind you, I don't imagine the book that's at the bottom of the pile now will ever be read again. So reading it is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime. Just as the tea ceremony teaches us. Certainly I didn't expect that conversation to turn down the path of tea ceremony philosophy. Meow. Meow. Oh my, what an adorable little cat. Perhaps he's looking after the books while his master is away. I don't know about that. He disappeared in the Bible books as quick as flash. Cry color Mike, was it? Don't even have that sort of cat. Perhaps Mr. Natsume brought a little creature with him from Japan. That's made me feel homesick now. Already? I've only been in the country for 2 days. The destiny seems wedged in the crevice between the mountain of books on the either side. I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit there and read while he's stroking his cat. Surrounded on all sides by these towering tomes, surely he dreamt of books every night as well. Yes, he must have done, wasn't he? Oh, what's this? It's a receipt from a secondhand bookshop. Your books. Yes, so Natsume's name is on it. Look, the date of the purchase. 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. That's the day of the incident. It's just a short while before he was embroiled in the terrible attack. He must have been on his way back from buying some old books. Okay, he just appeared. Hey, Sholmes, don't mind me. I'm just gonna take a read of this. Sum of 2 shillings tendered in the receipt of the picture of Monsieur Lecour, Emile of Gabois, and Canterbury Yearnings. Oh look, it's a beckoning cat from home. It's a bit big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsume didn't bring that Mediki Neko all the way from Japan with him. I don't think you're in a position to comment, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you forgetting the enormous drama doll that you brought in your luggage? Well, it can be dangerous traveling abroad. I wanted a lucky charm. Well, I imagine Mr. Natsume wanted the same, and this cat sure is beckoning good luck to her. It's not doing a very good job, is it? You mustn't say such things. I didn't say a word. Why are my eyes such a giveaway? Want to look at the bag? Can you call this a window? I think so. It was a window at one time, after all. So, all that remains is a frame and some bricks now. So really, it's just a wall then, isn't it? Why would anyone deliberately brick it up? I'm afraid I have no idea. Ah! Perhaps Mr. Natsume painted the brick design on a fit of whimsy. No, that's not it. Wait, whatever the reason, lack of ventilation here makes this place very oppressive. It does. I imagine being cooped up in a room like this would be extremely tiring. Alright, let's talk to Sholmes. Aha! Look, Mr. Naruhodo. Aha, there he is. Where did he appear from? Seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book. Hope he wouldn't mind if we just... Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, you two! Good day! Now, let me see. Where was it that we met? Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We were together in the SS Birya. Yes, of course. The Birya. And let me see. What happened on the voyage? It was Kazuma Soki. He died tragically. But you were a great help to us. Ah, yes. But of course, the case of Mr. Nasoki. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? Oh! Well, seem to remember something of it. What an honor to be remembered vaguely by the great Harlock Jones. This is Mr. Oh, no, my dear madam. Hold your tongue. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain app. Miss Naruhodo. And Mr. Susato. Yeah, let's just take the names and flip them. Try as he has a way around, Mr. Sholmes. I'll lose the first round. In truth, I'd hoped to invite both of you to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London. But some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to the cribs. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved it in no more than 13 minutes. So they apprehended Soseki-san in that short an amount of time. I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of my past involvements a little. It is a mistake to think that one sprained atom has elastic walls and can be distant to an extent. I do my best to forget useless facts, lest you should elbow out useful ones. Yes, those are my own words of inevitable wisdom, you know. From an invention entitled A Study in Scotland. Please, there's no need to quote yourself. I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but unfortunately, my associate pens them beautifully. He's Irish, I suppose. Mr. Sholmes, we have some extremely important questions to ask you about the trivial case you just mentioned. Goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madam, you should only be too pleased in this murky room in an empty place to discuss a murky case. We know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Soseki Natsume. It seems that you arrested him. You assisted in his arrest with the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briarbrook. Natsume, yes, I believe that was the name of a rather. Mr. Natsume denies it. Was justifiable to arrest him on so little? I'm sorry, Mrs. Santo, but I have not the slightest idea what you mean. What? I can't believe she was looking Sasato so squarely in the eyes while feigning innocence. I assure you, I am not merely feigning ignorance, but appear as a pair of you are under some misapprehension. Oh. How? I assure you I have no recollection of accusing your stopped compatriot of the crime, but that doesn't make any sense. The good detective at Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you ascertain the identity and whereabouts of the man seen fleeing the crime. Ah, the man seen fleeing. There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. The bookkeeper was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the perpetrator, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, you say? I believe there is a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment. So, don't you think Mr. Natsume? So you don't think Mr. Natsume is the culprit? That I could not tell you. But it was an aggravation to my fantasy, hence why I returned here. However, especially such a trove of fascinating books, I found myself lost in quite a bibliography. Do not be deceived into believing that I am a man of intellect. No, no, no. Oh dear. Ah, tell me. Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings? Yes, Mr. Garrett, the retired military man. It was the first time I've ever met a soldier from the Great Britain institution that is service. It was the first time I've ever met a maid from the Great British institution that is in service. I didn't think it was that funny. I do apologize. As you may be well aware, many households in London employ a maid. Yes, I've read as much in the Great British Prison. And so conservative. Whether or not the household employs a maid has to come betoken the social standing of the dwellings they're in. Betoken their social standing. Sorry? Simply put, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath them. In the upper echelons of society, households, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family. Goodness, how extraordinary. As you can appreciate, for those on a precaution boundary between the middle and lower class, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. I had no idea. It is for precisely that reason I find great stimulation in the situation perhaps. Significantly, in the retired army veteran, Mr. John Garrett. Affably, he is. The fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of this case, I am as of yet unable to ascertain. I'm thoroughly lost in what he means to say. This room certainly suffocated to the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot is dwelled in this place, such as this, will stab someone sooner or later. Mr. Asume has stabbed no one. Ah, sooner or later, as I said. I don't believe that's the issue. About this dark little room. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea? No window? Well, I mean, clearly here that there is a window of sorts. But it's been completely blocked with bricks. Ah, I see. The answer to the question is quite simple. Window tax. Window tax? What is that? Surely, not a tax on windows. Precisely that? Oh my goodness. Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of less than means have inherited a sizable and costly family home but has rapidly closed up windows. While the rich opened windows here and there and everywhere. An effort to curry favor with those in power. An effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of taxes. How awful and unjust, forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light. Indeed, disease was rife as a result. Some 40 years ago, or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. But in its legacy, it remains as you see, in squalid lodgings such as these, for example. I suppose Mr. Sinway's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps. But it appears so. I've done a little digging and discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinary low price. Because her room was so awful, I should think. Apparently, Mr. Nasume only moved in here about 1 week ago. Apparently, Mr. Nasume only moved in here about 1 week ago. Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation. Oh? Still, that is of little relevance here. A matter not worthy of further attention. Are you sure? I'm curious now. Well, I believe I told you all I can now. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Was it not in your intention to become a practitioner of law? You remembered that, did you? Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it? I'm not sure. Not sure? On what grounds? Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday. Really? Well then, I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition, realize. I'm so prompted, too. Thing is, it really made me question things. Am I right to believe my clients? To trust in their innocence? Yes, trust. Mr. Sholmes? Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he? My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea. Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Did you come back to investigate? Ah, yes, that was indeed my initial intention. But there are simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them. Oh, I see. Nevertheless, there are 2 facts I can say quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene as a crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room. And there are witnesses who swear to have seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say. Ah, and one more thing. What is that, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us. I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I am quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something. So Garrett is? Sholmes said as much before, didn't he? Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays my mind in relation to this case. Mr. Naruhodo. As yet, our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsume's innocence. No, you're right. Perhaps you probably a different, deeper into Mr. Garrett's secret. Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo. Go back to his room. Let's investigate his room a little. Oh, something's changed. Ah, you pair again. Tell me, the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard to work, isn't it? Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes. Rings a bell. Rings a vague bell. That is, a detective business isn't really my thing ever. Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there. Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, John. Don't you dare spill it on him. Now, why don't you tell me what— Ah! For the unneth time! Woman, what do you watch what you bally well do? I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir. Ah, yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, I'm afraid I should have to ask you to take your leave if you'd be so kind. Oh, yes, of course. We have grateful for all your assistance. No. A chance to talk with foreigners like yourself. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out. According to Mr. Sholmes, here is hiding something. Since no other avenues to investigate open at the moment, perhaps you would do some digging. Let's do some snooping. Looks like a Medal of Honor. Showcase very grand banner. So it bothers me that it's not secret. What? That old thing? Sorry. Glad to see the back of it. Should be glad to see the back of it, but in general, return it is grave. Well, it's the best place for it. Just the body thing out of my way. On the medal itself. Look. Let's see. It says, for distinguished practitioner. Sounds like some kind of honor, even I can be in line for it. Well, it doesn't look like my own trumpet. I'm giving that 4 times. I measure officer by the number of medals. This is a common knowledge. What is Erlock doing? Goodness Christ, man. What are you doing? Ah, what's he doing over there? Mr. Sholmes? Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious! What did you sneak in here? Erlock Sholmes, at your service. What are you doing over by the window? I'm giving a watch into the sky as the sun sets, madam. It's sadly cheerful as the room downstairs, undoubtedly. It is lacks an appreciation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window. Well, you rely on one's window at dusk is prudent to do one. Ah, and one more thing, Mr. Null. Oh, me? Perhaps you might be in need. I was a great detectives. Great, right? Are we gonna have another great deduction here? Wait, he's not talking about. See, I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. Do you mean Mr. Sholmes? Do you mean Mr. Sholmes? There's a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes even the most trivial of trifles. It take it you are prepared. So now the little? I think so. There's just enough time for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. Mr. Garrett, though it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service. Your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate. I'm afraid, sir, it is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon. First, that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast right here. And the second, is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. Mr. Narhono, look. I've broken in a cold sweat. Believe Mr. Sholmes' conclusions are both spot on. How could you possibly? How could I possibly know? You mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of the beasts. And I know only too well the wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Earl Sholmes is proud to present logic and reasoning spectacular.